That might have just been me overreacting and that was totally normal. I don't know. What I do know is that fucking blue ass floor now. Ooh. Alright boys, welcome back to the auction Subaru. I don't know if you noticed, but I got a bit of a different camera, so hopefully it looks better. Anyways, if you don't know anything about this car, go back and watch the videos on it. But to give you a quick rundown, I bought this car from the auction for $1,000. Found out it needed a head gasket and a bunch of other work. So out came the engine, did the head gaskets, fixed up some other oil leaks. Everything's back in, she's running, good to go. Now, we have to do some fun stuff. So today in the mail, the 4-pot piston calipers came in. We're going to be doing the 4-pot caliper swap. So it's a pretty popular swap to do. I got all the parts off of either Rock Auto or Amazon. So the calipers themselves are brand new. They're an A1 premium caliper. I know, say what you will about them. They used to come in a white box, but now they actually put their name on them, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. However, back in their white box days, I was still using them and had no issue with them at all. So this swap is pretty universal across a lot of Subarus from 2000 all the way up to 2014. Cars that use the 5x100 wheel and knuckle assembly, so that's the Impreza, the Legacy, Forester, cars like that, this will be a direct bolt onto. I also went ahead and picked up a powder coating kit. This kit in particular is an Eastwood powder coating setup. So it came with an oven, a little compressor, the powder coating gun itself, as well as a bunch of different color powders to go in, with that. All in this kit, this setup, minus the powder coat debacle. This is a pretty comparable swap to a stock replacement from the parts store, if that makes sense. So the two piston caliper, pad and rotors. So enough John, let's get into this mess. So we'll start by disassembling the caliper. We'll get the pistons and the rubber, stuff out of the way, pull the seals out. We'll split the calipers in half and it'll be easier to powder coat up. I'll show you. Well, let's just start. Get yourself a piece of wood to put in between here. No, just the one. Get yourself some compressed air. Oh, might need some more jam. Go. And pull out the seals. Give them a wiggle. Pop them out. There's one. Yeah, right. Holy shit. Got the red Loctite. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these seals out here. Pretty straightforward. So I'm going to take the other one apart off camera, but this is essentially what we're going for. 2 naked halves, no seals, no nothing inside of them. So I decided to go with this color blue. So hopefully this will be enough to do both calipers. There's quite a bit in there. This is it's a rally blue. It's 1 pound. Well, it was 1 pound, but yeah, hopefully this will do. All right, boys. So we're gonna start putting our powder in our bottle. I'm gonna mask up for this one here. This stuff, well, it's not good for you. Definitely not good for you to breathe in. So So this portion here threads up onto the gun itself. I'm just preheating the oven. Well, this is my setup here. It's pretty janky. We got the oven, she's preheating. Don't worry about that. And that's what we're working with right now. So she might get a little messy, but that's, you know, kind of to be expected. The first time go at anything. All right, that should be good there. I don't know what to expect. Ooh. That might be a little much. Fuck. I guess that's the good thing. You just dust it off if you don't like it. Yeah, let's try that again. Fuck me, man. I don't fucking know. Well, she's covered. I don't know, is that too thick? It just fucking doused on there, so it's covered. It's a nice looking blue on the floor too, on my boots. Fuck, I don't know. Let's just throw it in the oven and see what it does. It's only at a half. It's pretty well covered. As much as it's, well, as good as it's gonna get. It should kind of plane itself out. I mean, there's a couple of chunkies there, but we'll fucking see what it does. Let's just send it. All right, we'll get this thing ripping again. Max Chooch. Okay. Good luck, little buddy. So we'll let that rip for about 30 minutes and see what we get. I mean, that might have just been me overreacting and that was totally normal. I don't fucking know. What I do know is that fucking blue ass floor now. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of how I expected it to go. Like, pretty fucking messy. Only one way to find out. Alright boys, so she just dinged. Let's pull the piece out and see what it looks like. I'm gonna grab some mittens. Ooh. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. Stuff on the rack here, cool off. So that's her there, the 1/2. All right, boys, so she just popped. We're gonna pull out the caliper and see what they look like. Oof, it's hot. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Wow, that oven even rebuilt the caliper for me. Look at that. That's pretty sick. Put all the seals back in for me. It's not even hot. No, I'm just joking. I'll show you how to rebuild these things and we'll get them on the car. All right, so we're gonna start reassembling the 2 halves of the brake caliper. They're pretty straightforward. We just got a bunch of square cut seals to reinstall. So make sure you use brake fluid when reassembling the calipers. It just makes sure everything goes back together nicely, everything glides in and out the way it should. Nothing gets hung up or stuck. I went ahead, I got, a little bit of overspray inside the bore is not a big deal. I went ahead and just kind of tidied up the edges where the pistons slide in relatively nicely. They're a very tight tolerance, so you gotta be on point. So let's get to it. Okay, so these now get torqued to, look at the dust in the air there. All right, so now the bolts here get torqued to 35 to 40 foot-pounds. So we'll just give her a 40. Oh shit, we're going the wrong way. I have to go on the floor again. So there we go. We have one reassembled powder-coated caliper. We'll make it official. Put the little plug in it. It's a good looking piece. I'll do the other one on the time lapse and we'll get putting this on the car. So we're getting ready to put our new calipers on the car. I got brand new pads and rotors we're going to be slapping on there too. Leave the brakes out and we'll go for a test drive. Alright boys, so I just wanted to show you that this is the old bolt that I took out that was holding on the 2-piston caliper. So as you can see there, this is a direct bolt-on swap. So you can go ahead and reuse the old fasteners that are in here. They're more than long enough. If you decide to get new ones, definitely go ahead and get the same size and maybe, yeah, that's really about it. If you go any further, you only got about 3/16 worth of clearance between the ear here and where the rotor fits on there. I just wanted to show you that before we get started. So what I like using is a Power Stop pad and rotor kit. I'm not sponsored by them, I just enjoy using their stuff. You get the fully coated rotors. So they're Evolution Z17. They're a ceramic brake pad with hardware. That's the big thing, is you want to make sure you get this hardware. The calipers, they didn't used to come, like back in their white box days, they didn't used to come with this stuff here, and your pads would be rattling around and you'd be like, what the heck's that? So just get yourself a nice brake pad kit that comes with the hardware. You don't want to be dinking around with this stuff. Equal.